We are taking the show on the road and traveling to Tuscany. Coming up with creations that stand the test of time, Salute is a time-honored tradition in this rustic region, where old world ways are a way of life. A food and wine countryside that is seasoned with experience and peppered with personality.
La costata, la fiorentina, buon appetito! E ricordatevi sempre, to beef or not to beef. Questa è la questione.
Tuscany's culture and cuisine have been emulated all over the world, but copycats can't come close to capturing the essence of Italy that here comes oh so naturally.
Wine is all about people. It's who makes it, who grows it, and who you share it with. And that seems to be a really key focus here in Italy. You can't get any closer to the target of what wine and food is supposed to be. And here it's just so natural.
We don't have that cultural heritage in the U.S., whereas here it overflows. And to be able to connect to that a little bit, even if you're not Italian, is a special thing.
We're here in Chianti Classico to introduce you to some amazing winemakers and show you what it's like to truly experience Chianti Classico.
In this experience, we have 10 days to discover the elegance of Sangiovese, the grape typical of Chianti Classico, and also a particular wine, Vinsanto, a sweet wine that you taste at the end of the meal. So we have tasting of wine, tasting of food, show food with interesting chef. And then we have many occasions to taste wine in different convent, churches and villages. It's nice to taste a wine in the history, like now.
You got to look at what we've done these few days. We've been served some of the greatest wines in the world by a Marchese. In fact, the great-great-great-grandson of Philip Mattei, who taught Thomas Jefferson how to plant grapes at Monticello. How cool is that? Today we're sitting in a 16th century monastery, judging foods cooked to us by various housewives of the great cities of Tuscany, and drinking fabulous wines. What else do you want out of life? This is as good as it gets.
Getting a chance to get up close and personal with real-life royalty and hometown heroes.
Today we have, it's a party day for L'Amole because we, the producer of L'Amole, we are, family estate, so small producer. We are all together here and to promote our wine, to promote our place. So we are doing here a very nice wine festival.
I would imagine a lot of folks in the United States might not be that familiar with L'Amole. What would be something you would want them to know?
Yes, it is true because we are just 7 producers. L'Amole is one of the places where the Chianti Classico is born. So here we have a very, very long tradition. For example, my family owned this estate since 60-20. I'm the 11th generation, and many other of my colleagues are very old in this sense. This is my message for the United States. Please be friendly with L'Amole and try to find our bottle because it's a special terroir, different from the other.
On a hill hidden behind defensive walls, you'll find a medieval municipality dating back to the 9th century. Today, Rada in Chianti is a place to wine and dine and, of course, get your fill of Chianti Classico.
The Riserva is done with Sangiovese, but we prefer to age the wine in big barrel, not barrique, because we are very high, 600 meters. So our philosophy is not to give too much taste of oak and Valina to the Sangiovese.
If someone's never had Chianti Classico, what would you tell them about it?
They confuse the Chianti with the Chianti Classico, first of all. And the Chianti is a wine that has to be drunk every day, easily. It has to be nice, and I believe that it's better to have an older vintage. Sometimes they are too young, so we serve a 2007 Riserva because the aging gets the wine smoother and more pleasant.
We're in Rada in Chianti. What do you think so far?
It's beautiful and the wines are wonderful.
What brought you here?
Just the scenery and just 6 friends sharing a villa. And we're sightseeing around all of Tuscany. We've been to the major cities, Siena, we're going to Florence. We've been to Castellina, Rada, Greve, Greoli, all the small village towns. It's beautiful.
Salute! Chianti Classico!
Attracting travelers from across the universe, Tuscany's beauty and charm defy description, although some have tried to sum it up with the saying, La dolce vita. But for Italians, The Sweet Life is more than a Fellini film.
They really know where their culture comes from. It's a celebration of family and community. Then the wine just goes with all of that.
Well, it's funny that in English we use the French term joie de vivre, which means the joy of living, because in fact the French don't have joie de vivre the way the Italians do. And that's what really makes Italy so wonderful. If you look around us today, everyone is eating together in this huge courtyard, drinking the fabulous wines and tasting foods made by their mothers, their sisters, their aunts. That's fabulous. I wish we could do this in America.
Parlo un po' italiano e mi piace this trip. Grazie.
Here, The Sweet Life is simply a way of life.